Alright, so boom, check it. Now ain't that how every great story start out? Now why would mine be any different? These are the Chronicles of Mike Murphy.
These are the Chronicles of Mike Murphy with your narrator, comedian Mike Murphy. So boom, check it. In this episode, I'm taking y'all back to the spring of 2002. I was a senior in high school. And this is an episode where I found out that my girlfriend ain't my girlfriend and I ain't her boyfriend either, but I found out the hard way. So boom, I'm working 2 jobs at a time. At 17, I don't know why I had 2 jobs. That's absolutely insanity, but I did. I was working at a place called Eden Park. It's like a restaurant, like a Denny's back in Pittsburgh. And I also had a second job working at a Burger King. And that's where I met the person I thought was the love of my life. I ain't gonna say her name, but when I start working there, I'm like, man, she better than a 2-year-old. This joint fire. I mean, she's still fine as an adult now, but she was super fire back then. So we hit it off. I'm like, damn. And in my mind, I'm thinking, damn, I'm really about to be bagging this joint. You know what I'm saying? And my man, Black Bill, he went to a high school called Woodland Hills, which was down the road. He messed with Shorty's cousin. So he already told me she was fire and what to expect when I got there. So I was like, oh, I'm planning it out in my head, man. We're going to be on double dates, man. 2 baddies, me and my homie Bill. It's about to be lit, right? That's how I'm thinking. So me and her hitting it off, we talking. Now, every single day, her sister would bring her to work, and it was a red Pontiac Grand Am. She would drop her off. She would go in, because she lived pretty far. She lived in McKeesport. Now, for everybody out there who doesn't know, her living in McKeesport should have been what told me not to even talk to her, because nothing really good comes out of McKeesport. That place is like Beirut. My friend Blig is from there, and he brags about it, and I'm not sure why, because that's a terrible place to live. But anyways, I digress. Her sister would drop her off at work. So we would kick it at work. We exchanged numbers. This is my girlfriend, so I thought. So at the time, I'm living with my father. He's OD strict. He don't play none of the games. You don't lie to him. He be on your ass. He's real temperamental. Like, I'm afraid of him. I'm gonna just say that. So I'm texting Shorty saying, y'all want to come see you. It's a Friday night, like 7 or something, 8 o'clock, something like that. She says, oh yeah, you can come over. Texts me the address. I said, all right, I'm gonna leave in like 15 minutes. I gotta get a ride. She's like, cool. So I go tell my dad, oh, I'm staying the weekend at my mom's house back in my hood. My dad's like, all right, cool. I'll see you Sunday. Be safe. Don't get in no trouble. You know, I'll fuck you up. I'm like, all right, no, I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm gonna stay there. You know what I'm saying? Which that was the truth, but I was going to the girl's house first and then going to go to Garfield, to my mom's house. I get a ride over there. Homie dropped me off. I'm like, all right, good look, bro. Dap him up. I knock on the door. Bang, 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 bang. Some nigga, some grown ass nigga opened the door and shit. I'm like, hey, is so-and-so here? He's like, yeah, who's, I'm like, Mike. He's like, yeah, come on in. I come in. Now he was giving me a weird look, but I didn't understand why. I'm thinking like maybe it's her uncle or something, you know what I mean? So when I walk into the living room, her sister on the couch, she on the couch, and her sister's kids is on like covers on the floor watching TV. It's like family night, right? And her sister looks at me with the, like, oh shit. And I didn't know why. And I'm like, oh, what's up? What y'all watching? This girl turns around like, who are you? What are you doing in my house? I'm like, go ahead, bro. I'm like, what y'all watching? The kids is looking back, you know what I'm saying? And dude is behind me. So Shorty's like, who are you and what are you doing in my house? How do you know me? I'm like, what? And dude's like, hey, yo, my man, what's going on? I'm like, oh, now this is like a big LeVar Arrington built motherfucker, right? I'm like, oh, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, what? I'm like, yo, stop playing. What you talking about? She's like, I don't even know you. He's like, yo, my man, this is my girl. What the fuck's going on? I'm like, whoa, time out. I'm like, time out, bro. I'm like, I thought that was my girl. He's like, hey, dog, I think he's about to steal me, which would probably render me unconscious. I'm gonna be honest, because I was probably a $165, $170 max, and son looked like he played D-line for some type of sports team. You know what I mean? I'm like, look, all right, let's just real quick. Let me explain something. I said, she's lying. We work together. So even if I did some stalker shit and somehow found her address and just showed up unexpectedly, she's acting like she doesn't even know who I am. We work together. I'm like, that's her sister who takes her to work every day. That red car out there, that's her sister's car. I'm like, she goes to McKeesport High School. I'm like, we work together. Her name is so-and-so. I'm like, I asked you her name when I got here. Like, how is she acting like she don't know me? I'm like, so even if I did that, which I didn't, she's lying about not knowing me. He's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm going to show you the text message. I'm like, she just texted me like 40 minutes ago saying I could come over and gave me the address. I pull out my phone. My phone is dead. I'm like, oh, I swear to God, my phone is dead. I'm like, but I bet money, if I charge my phone right now, you would see probably 2 messages. One of her giving me the address and probably the other one saying not to come because you're here for whatever reason. He's like, yeah, that makes sense. I just popped up from Penn State to surprise her on a visit. This has been my woman. I'm like, oh my God. He played on the Penn State football team. I don't know his name, but he played on the Penn State football team and just popped up for the weekend and surprised her. And she definitely texted me saying like, oh, don't come. I forget what the reason was now, but she basically was telling me not to come, but I didn't get the message because my phone died on my way over there. Dude was like, yeah, it's cool, bro. I ain't got no problem with you. I'm going to deal with this. I think he probably whooped on her. I don't know. I don't support domestic violence, but the way he was talking, I think it went bad. And he probably got CTE, so he probably was on some Chris Benoit shit. I don't know. I'm like, I'm going to leave. Now I don't have a phone, so I can't call my boy to pick me back up. I don't have, my phone is dead. I can't say, yo, can I just sit here for a minute till my phone charged? Like, I can't do that. I had to walk from McKeesport to my mom's house at like 9 o'clock at night. I don't know. I can probably look it up how far that is, but I guarantee you it's like 25, 30 miles. It's something crazy. I didn't get there till like 6 in the morning, bro. I think I cried twice on the way there. I was livid. I remember I held that grudge so long that when I became an adult, I ran into her. Oh, how you been? Da-da-da. Played it off. We got to exchange numbers again. I ended up hitting it once and never calling her again. And then when she kept blowing my phone up, I just blocked her. I'm a Gemini, man. I don't play them games, man. Don't try to play me like that, man. My feet still hurt from that walk. But that's a story about how I found out I was the side dude and my girl really wasn't my girl and almost got beat up by a defensive lineman for the Penn State Nittany Lions. So until next time, man, these are the Chronicles of Mike Murphy, man. Y'all be safe.